Hello, today we are here with Kelly Halladay from Westcare Management, and she's going to talk to us about what has happened in her IDDD community over the pandemic and continuing on until now. Kelly, tell us what's been going on.
So, well, during the pandemic, as far as IDDD communities go, we don't experience the kind of usual death like skilled nursing facilities. Our focus is on habilitative care and teaching and helping people get to their highest functioning level possible, and then see them into lesser restrictive communities, those kind of things. So the pandemic hit our population fairly hard in one of our communities at the very beginning, and when we experienced a death, it was pretty traumatic for the entire community, but for our staff as well. This is somebody that had been with us for 2 decades, and she had she experienced the kind of the scariest, worst case scenario where she was alone and when nobody could visit her, and so it was pretty devastating for our staff. So when she did pass, and there was no way to grieve her, out of just spontaneous. Her home, the group home where she lived, the group home's on the corner lot, and staff just stopped by and started. She loved to draw with sidewalk chalk, so almost the entire block was covered with things, with flowers, and just little things that this individual loved, and it went on for quite some time, and it was. The community really loved it, their neighbors loved it, but it was a way for not just to remember her, but to help the people that she had lived with for so long, and the staff to remember her and to get over, to process this. So it was, I think that started out the pandemic for us in May about 2020. So it kind of did set up a kind of a standard of being able to process these things, and I thought, and it was completely spontaneous, and it was a beautiful thing, and it was staff driven, and it was just one of those things that you're just so proud to be a part of that. So.
Well, that sounds beautiful. How have the staff risen to this occasion? It's because everybody is affected by the pandemic. Everybody is hurt and frightened. So
right, and it's no different with the population of folks that we provide service to. It just gets more complicated because they don't understand why their families can't visit, why they haven't seen their families in so long, and holidays come, and we are very. Tradition and tradition is something that's important to our families, but also to our individuals. So we do something similar every year. They know they have a hand in planning it. This past year, obviously, that wasn't something that we could do. But the program administrator of one of our other communities, she dressed up in a Grinch suit and had her husband dress up in Santa Claus. And instead of being able to go out and do these things house to house, each house decorated their door and their window, and each house went to the door and the window, in each different group home, and they would leave little gifts for them to come out and get it, and everybody did that to everybody's group home. And then the program administrator and her husband would act out this scene in front of the window of each and every home with the clients looking out, and it was actually wonderful. They loved it and they wanted to continue, and it made such a difference. Again, this was out of their brain. This was out of just something that was incredible to see, and they absolutely loved it. That was something that they want to continue doing, even when the pandemic is over. So
it's a great idea, and I hope they do. Thanks so much, Kelly.
You're welcome.